Well, I think someone who you will get along with well is Leonardo Puglisi. He is the anchor and founder of 6 News. Leonardo, you've been actively involved and created your own television and media network from a super young age. Are young people more politically involved now, say, than your mum and dad?
Look, it depends on the young person. I mean, personally, I know quite a few people who are definitely interested in politics. I mean, the school strike for climate last year, I had a bunch of people I knew from my school attending there. I think if you asked most students at the school, regardless of whether they're the kinds who'll attend protests or not, there's definitely many people who know the basics, but I would think, probably they are more than, at least in my personal case, my mum and dad, when they were younger.
And what do you care about, Leonardo? What issues really matter to you?
For me, it's the truth, because we see it on social media so often. Lies, misinformation, misleading stuff, missing context. And we at 6 News have been trying to fact-check it for months on end, and it's an election year, so that'll be fun. But I think the truth is probably the most important thing for me. It doesn't matter who says a falsehood or a lie, regardless of what side of politics they're on. It's a falsehood or a lie. So the truth is really the number one issue for me, whether that's, with just basic facts or policy stuff in politics or whatever, yeah.
You work so hard. I mean, obviously you're at school, but you run this news network, and I've seen it grow over the years. You've got multiple reporters and correspondents from pretty much not only around the state and the country, but even around the globe now. This is something where I'm not sure when and how you even sleep, Leonardo, but you've got all these young people with you that are engaged in your network, 6 News. So, I mean, that's just testament itself, isn't it? That not only are people passionate about it, they're willing to put it out there and be a part of the media landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. And we only recently hired Roman McKinnon as our national political reporter, which is, a huge role to have, and one really specific to this conversation. And they are definitely getting involved. We have been trying to highlight issues that are less seen in mainstream outlets.
I wonder, for you, is it really important that young people see other young people presenting the news, asking the questions of politicians, asking the tough stuff? Is that part of what drives you to continue working kind of night and day on 6 News?
Yeah, well, I am pretty much 24/7 during the school holidays, which is a bit interesting, but, school's back next week, so we'll have to see. Look, I think definitely if young people see other young people getting out there, whether that's protesting or as you say, asking questions to politicians. I mean, we've had plenty of people. We've had Jim Chalmers, Labor Shadow Treasurer. We've had Kevin Rudd on. And I think definitely they will become more engaged when they see their peers, and especially ones who are, pretty much their own age, some of them in their own class, in my case. They'll definitely be a bit more interested, and I think it is important to see young people actually getting involved, and that's including whether you agree with the specific political thing they might be protesting, but they are getting involved. And of course, many will be going in to vote, whether that's in 1 year or 4 years or whatever. They will be going in to vote more informed.
Just finally, Leonardo, because we're about to hit the news in just a moment. You're back at school next week. We know your dad's been really supportive. What happens if a big story breaks and you're in class? Do your teachers give you a little bit of slack? Like, can you do a live cross? Can you pop out? Because we've seen you, you will drop everything and go live from supermarkets, you name it. Do the teachers let you do a live cross if the news is big enough at school?
Well, I think there's 3 stories where I'd be able to actually leave school, and my parents are happy to leave school. I think that's the Queen's death, a political party spill, or an election being called. They're the only 3. Look,
I love how you've already sorted that out, Leonardo. You've got that list. You know where you stand. Love it.